Hi, this is Brian Wickland. I'm lead counsel at Garfinkel Schwartz here in Maitland, Florida. Maitland is a suburb of Orlando, but I travel all around the country helping injured defense workers in terms of being an overseas contractor. If an overseas contractor gets injured, wherever he comes back to get his treatment, wherever he calls home in America or in the UK or anywhere else, that's where the case occurs under the Defense-Based Act, which is a federal workers' comp type statute. But I'm not here talking today about that type of issue. This is more of a personalized thing that I kind of want to just get out there for people that might need help. Basically, make a long story short, my wife hurt her right shoulder playing tennis. She didn't have an actual tear. She had some minor tears that wouldn't be surgically required. But she went through the normal techniques of physical therapy, injections. Nothing was helping her for like 5 months. She still couldn't lift her arm up, and she was getting frustrated. She ended up being referred to a chiropractor that specializes in sports medicine. And I never really thought I'd be doing this video, but after 3 or 4 visits with the techniques that they did at this chiropractor's office, she came back and she was 100% perfectly fine. And I was completely shocked, and she was very shocked also that these techniques that they did ended up making her completely pain-free. She's playing tennis again. She can lift her arms up above her head, no problem, no stiffness, nothing. So she went from having frozen shoulder and a lot of pain to being completely pain-free after seeing the chiropractor. Now, under the Defense-Based Act, although insurance companies and adjusters claim that they don't pay for chiropractic treatment, that's not legally the case. If the chiropractor does any type of spinal manipulation during that particular session, the Defense-Based Act says there's a federal regulation that says that it should be covered under the Defense-Based Act. So with that in mind, I have a couple of clients that I have in mind to do these techniques. But what I'm talking about is I know that a lot of people have heard of the word cupping now because it was all over the Olympics, and a lot of the Olympic athletes do go and get cupping treatment. Cupping is C-U-P-P-I-N-G, by the way. And what that is they have suction cups that are plastic or glass that kind of suck the blood to the area of the pain where the injury is. And it actually, what it does is increases blood flow. It gets the blood flow right to where the injury is. And it actually helps develop new blood cells, which then obviously causes healing process to begin. You would consider it pretty much a deep tissue massage where the tissues are actually being rejuvenated and livened up so that they can heal faster. So cupping was done the first couple of sessions with my wife. They also do another deep tissue massage, which is called the Grauston technique. That's Graston technique. They have their own website. You can just put that into Google and it'll pop up. What that is that's kind of even more invasive type situation where they have metal rods and different things, and they're basically mobilizing the injury area, and they do what's considered scraping. The way I could describe it in normal terms is that there's a spider web situation going on with your nerve endings and the tissue, the soft tissue that was in her shoulder. By the way, this can be done on any area of the body. But particularly in her shoulder and back area, they do what's called scraping, which gets rid of the spider webs and creates more of a uniformity in that area. It basically enables them to physically move the myofascial tissue to different areas depending on where the pain is. And apparently that technique, that can be used for people that have less pain because it is more an invasive technique than cupping. They both kind of achieve the same goals as to manipulating the blood flow and the cells and the tissues around the area so that at some point in time after these techniques are done, with at least in my wife's case, it was a complete success. It did look pretty weird when she came home with big black and blue marks around her shoulders and back. Those went away in a couple of days. And like I said, I never really thought much about it, but now my wife swears by the chiropractic care, and I thought I'd throw that out there to my existing clients or to people that are having soft tissue injuries, that this might be the way to go. This particular chiropractor, I think, also does acupuncture, which I've gotten approved even though the insurance companies initially deny it. I've gotten it approved by recommendation from a doctor saying that they felt that acupuncture would be beneficial to assist in my client's pain issues. So those are just creative things that came to my attention recently through my own family, and I wanted you to know about them. And so if you think you might want to have this done and you actually have a Defense-Based Act claim, then it would behoove you to call me or some person that knows about the Defense-Based Act so we can try to work early to get these treatments approved, and because they will be denied initially. Otherwise, you can always go on your own and get the procedures done, get the receipts, and then we can fight for it that way later. But you definitely should talk to someone before you endeavor into this type of stuff if you have a pending claim, just like I said, so that everyone knows that we're asking for this and why we're asking for it and whether it's been recommended by a surgeon or your primary care physician, which always helps the cause. If you get referred to the chiropractor by them, then it's an easier argument to make. But just remember that spinal manipulation has to be done for the insurance company to have to pay for the chiropractic care. Again, any questions you have, please contact me anytime for free. I hope you get better. I hope you help. I hope these procedures, if you look into them, they might help you. Again, this is Brian Wicklund with Garfinkel Schwartz, signing off from Maitland, Florida. Thanks for your time.